Hey there, baseball fans. Today we're diving into the roller coaster journey of Roki Sasaki. A pitcher whose arm seems almost celestial in its talent. From a young age in Japan, Sasaki was celebrated as a golden prospect, a high school sensation who dominated hitters with his 100 mph fastball. There was never any doubt that his arm was a gift from the heavens. But as he steps onto the major league mound, it's becoming clear that raw talent alone won't guarantee instant stardom. At just 23 years old and with only 2 major league starts under his belt, Sasaki is facing a challenge he's never encountered before: failure. The Dodgers, who signed him with high hopes, aren't expecting him to be an instant ace. In fact, they understand that whether he transforms into one of the best pitchers in baseball, or even just earns a steady spot in the rotation, will depend on intangible qualities like resilience, adaptability, and the ability to grow from adversity. Sasaki's debut was set against the backdrop of immense expectations. In his first outing in Tokyo, he dazzled fans with his overpowering fastball and dominant presence on the mound. But when he returned for his second start at Dodger Stadium against the Detroit Tigers, the picture changed drastically. Instead of building on his initial success, Sasaki struggled to find his rhythm. He couldn't get out of the second inning in a game that ended 7-3 in favor of the Dodgers. His control issues became even more pronounced, and the numbers painted a stark reality. He recorded only 5 outs, walked 4 batters, allowed 3 hits and 2 runs, and of the 61 pitches he threw, only 32 were strikes. This wasn't just another off day, it was a performance that left Sasaki visibly shaken. As he left the mound, he didn't even hand the ball over to Dodgers manager Dave Roberts in the usual respectful manner. Instead, he walked quickly down the stairwell towards the clubhouse, an action that prompted Roberts to call him back. A Japanese television broadcast later showed images of a red-eyed Sasaki watching the game from the bench. Though he denied that he was crying or holding back tears, the emotion was unmistakable. This was a new experience for the Golden Boy, now faced with the harsh reality of failure on the big stage. Dodgers manager Dave Roberts summed it up by noting that players who have enjoyed long stretches of success aren't always accustomed to facing adversity. If you have a lot of success, then you're just not really used to some adversity, he explained. And now, Sasaki's career has taken a turn where he must confront that adversity head-on. The question on everyone's mind isn't just how he'll adjust his mechanics or regain his control, it's whether he can find that inner strength to persevere when his physical gifts alone aren't enough. The pressure is immense, and the stakes couldn't be higher for Sasaki. For someone who was once the golden boy of Japanese baseball, this is the first time he's had to contend with the possibility that he might not belong on the mound. With each pitch that misses its mark, the narrative shifts from one of inevitable stardom to one of raw human struggle. And while some fans might see this as a red flag, the Dodgers have been very clear: they're not in a hurry to see him perfect immediately. The organization is willing to let him work through these growing pains, whether that means granting him a few more starts to acclimate to the demands of MLB or even sending him back to refine his delivery in the minor leagues. Roberts and the front office are taking a measured approach. They understand that Sasaki is in a transitional phase, adjusting to several factors that differ greatly from the Japanese game. Among these are the pitch clock and the feel of American baseballs, which Sasaki admitted are quite different from what he's used to. He also pointed out that there are multiple reasons behind his struggles, including issues with his delivery that have led to a loss of command and a noticeable drop in velocity. His fastball now averaging around 96.1 miles per hour compared to the 98 miles per hour he displayed in his first start. This drop in performance isn't seen as a sign of permanent decline, but rather as part of the adjustment process. Sasaki himself acknowledged that he couldn't possibly reach his ideal form right away. He recognizes the importance of doing his job as a starting pitcher and, crucially, of not overburdening the bullpen with his struggles. His willingness to accept responsibility and analyze his performance shows that he's not just relying on his natural talent, he's committed to evolving and learning how to succeed at the highest level of competition. While the Dodgers have the luxury of time and depth, the burden of expectation is entirely on Sasaki's shoulders. The organization is built to win the World Series, with or without any single player. They can afford to treat him as a long-term project, a prospect whose development will be nurtured carefully over time. In this context, Sasaki's rocky start is a minor setback, one that the Dodgers expect many young pitchers to experience as they make the leap from the promise of high school or international fame to the reality of Major League Baseball. It's also important to remember that every player's journey in MLB is marked by ups and downs. History is replete with stories of pitchers who started slowly and later blossomed into stars. Icons like Clayton Kershaw and even Shohei Ohtani faced early challenges before cementing their places among baseball's elite. The key difference between those who succeed and those who falter isn't just natural ability, it's the determination to learn from failure, the drive to refine one's craft, and the mental toughness to persist when the going gets tough. So where does that leave Roki Sasaki? For now, he's a prospect in transition, a once golden arm that must now contend with the realities of a much more competitive environment. His next start, set to take place in Philadelphia next week, will be a critical test of his ability to bounce back. Will he adjust his mechanics and find that spark of confidence that so many of his predecessors managed to reclaim? Or will these early missteps foreshadow a prolonged struggle to adapt to the rigors of MLB? The Dodgers are not putting undue pressure on him. They're comfortable giving him time to adjust, knowing that a couple of bad outings don't define a career. The organization's depth allows them to experiment and give their young pitchers the room to grow. For the Dodgers, the focus is on long-term success. They can win championships today, and they can afford to let prospects like Sasaki work through their learning curves without jeopardizing their immediate goals. It's a tough situation for a player who once basked in the glow of being the future of Japanese baseball. The transition to American baseball, with its faster pace, different equipment, and relentless schedule, is a challenge that even the most talented individuals can stumble over. Sasaki's journey is a reminder that even the most promising athletes must master the mental and technical aspects of the game to truly succeed. As fans, we get to witness this evolution firsthand. We see the highs of an overpowering fastball that leaves batters grasping at air, and the lows of a performance that falls short of expectations. And in that contrast lies the beauty of the sport, the unpredictability, the drama, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Roki Sasaki's story is far from over, and his journey from a celebrated prodigy to a resilient, battle-hardened pitcher is one that will be written over the course of many starts, each one a chapter in a narrative filled with potential, struggle, and ultimately, growth. For now, all eyes will be on his next outing in Philadelphia. Will he make the necessary adjustments? Will he show signs of improvement that hint at a bright future? Or will the challenges of the big leagues continue to mount? There's no denying that Sasaki has everything at stake. Unlike established stars whose reputations have been cemented over years of success, his legacy is still in the making. And while the Dodgers are confident in their ability to win without him in the short term, for Sasaki, every pitch, every inning, is an opportunity to redefine his career. So, what do you think? Is Roki Sasaki simply facing the inevitable growing pains that every young pitcher must overcome? Or is this a sign of deeper issues that might derail his promising career? As we watch his next start, the conversation is sure to intensify. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get a discussion going about the challenges of transitioning to the major leagues and what it really takes to overcome early setbacks. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the highs and lows of Sasaki's journey, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more insightful baseball analysis, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update on this unfolding story. Until next time, keep your passion for the game alive. And remember, every great pitcher was once just a kid with a dream and a long, winding road ahead.